the Anti-Crab Harmonic Pattern Indicator, which is offered for various platforms on the TradingFinder website. From this section, you can download the indicator file for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 platforms and run it on the chart. Traders can also read this page to learn in detail about how the indicator works and operates. From the Navigator section, we select the indicator file, and by dragging the file onto the chart, we run the indicator. Once the indicator is placed on the chart, it begins to identify and draw the anti-crab harmonic pattern on the price chart. Traders who are looking to identify this pattern on the chart can use the Anti-Crab Harmonic Pattern Indicator to detect it, and by using point D in the harmonic pattern, they can identify the potential reversal zone or PRZ and enter a buy or sell trade in the market. In the Settings section, under the Input tab, there are options available for us. In the first part, we can set the minimum wavelength of the indicator, which is based on the zigzag indicator. The zigzag indicator has 3 parameters, and here we can adjust the first parameter of the zigzag indicator, while the other 2 parameters are hard-coded in the calculations and are set to periods of 3 and 3. In the next section, we can set the number of candles to be checked for identifying Fibonacci ratios, which is set to 100 candles by default. For example, in this section, after identifying point D, it examines 100 candles backward and looks for point C. After that, from point C, it examines 100 candles backward to identify point B, then from B to A, and from A it searches for point X, and finally it draws the harmonic pattern. In the next section, we can enable or disable the display of the harmonic pattern lines. In the next section, we can enable or disable the break pivot status, which is automatically enabled in this section. If we set this option to false, in the following section we can adjust the distance ratio from the harmonic pattern's pivot to the break pivot, which is set to 1 pipette by default. After setting the break pivot option to false, which means that the system will no longer use the pivot point as a reference for breaking patterns, the patterns that had previously been identified for us by the software will be deactivated and will not be displayed on the chart or in the list of detected patterns. This ensures that only the most relevant and currently active patterns are visible. If I set this option to 1000, which is a much higher threshold, the system will only identify and highlight the patterns that have ratios considered to be more suitable or optimal for my specific analysis needs. In summary, adjusting the break pivot option allows you to control which patterns are shown based on their characteristics and relevance. In the next section, we can set the shift option, which is set to 2 by default. This means it moves forward by 2 candles and then analyzes the harmonic pattern. If I set this option to 0, it will analyze the pattern as soon as the candle closes and then display it for us. With this option, whatever value we set, it will move forward by that number of candles and look for identifying and analyzing the harmonic pattern. In the next section, we can enable or disable the display of bullish and bearish harmonic patterns. In the next section, we can set the line drawing style, which includes 5 options: solid, dash, dot, and dash dot dot. In the next section, we can adjust the thickness of the harmonic pattern lines, which is set to 1 by default. If we set this option to a value greater than 1, the indicator will automatically display the harmonic pattern lines as solid. In the final section, we can also choose the color of the bearish harmonic patterns, the color of the bullish harmonic patterns, and finally, the color of the harmonic pattern labels to any color we like. Be sure to pay attention to this point. In the MetaTrader 5 platform, the first two options are different for us, and the second option performs its calculations based on the pivot. That is, in the MetaTrader 4 platform, based on the candlestick, 100 candles are examined backward from point D, searching for the Fibonacci ratio at point C. Again, from point C, it moves 100 candles backward to identify point B, then from B to A, and from A to X. But in the MetaTrader 5 platform, it is based on pivots. That is, if I set the number to 10 here, from point D, 10 pivots are examined backward, searching for the Fibonacci ratio at point C. From C to B, from B to A, and finally it searches for point X so that it can draw the harmonic pattern for us. The next point you need to pay attention to is the values you enter in this section. The higher the numbers you set here, the larger the harmonic patterns that will be identified. In order for the indicator to identify more suitable patterns for us, we need to enter appropriate and smaller values here. Well, friends, we've reached the end of this indicator tutorial. We would truly appreciate it if you could kindly take a moment to share your valuable comments and thoughtful suggestions with us in the comments section below. Your feedback is always welcome and helps us improve.